Hello everybody! So in today's video I'm going to be doing this eyeshadow look that I've got going on right here, and this is using the Zodiac palette from Morphe and the KathleenLights collab. I love this palette. I've already talked about it on my social media, and I just wanted to give you a cool, fun little look that you could do with it as well. And of course, there's a couple little extras that I'm using, so feel free to throw in your own little touches as well. And if you want to see that, just keep watching. I'm starting things off by priming my eyelids, and to do that for this look, I'm just using a concealer from ColourPop, the No Filter Concealer, and then blending that out with my makeup sponge. Now I'm starting off with the color The Libra, and I'm using a fluffy blending brush to sweep that across the crease of my eye, and I'm trying to make sure that it's even all over, just because there's not going to be any type of concentration with this color. It's basically like that base layer for the actual crease of the eye once we do a cut crease, if that makes sense at all. We're really just trying to lay down a nice foundation, so buff it nice and evenly all the way across the crease. Now I am tapping into this shade, the Sagittarius, with a pretty wide in width, I guess you would describe it, very, very fluffy blending brush from Real Techniques, and I am placing that color straight on to the crease that I just placed the Libra on, and you really have to pat this color on to make sure that you get the pigmentation that you're wanting, but also so that it looks nice and blended as well. So best to tap or press on to the eyelid and then use circles and sweeping motions to blend out the color as well. And to make sure that the Sagittarius shade isn't too harsh, we want to blend out with that same first blending brush that I was using from Tarte, and I am placing that right above where the Sagittarius finishes, and this is just going to create a super flawless, even blending up into my regular skin tone. Now to deepen the crease even more, I'm going to do something that is going to create a lot more concentration, and that is using this tapered blending brush. So it almost comes to a point at the end, and I'm going back into Sagittarius, and you can see that placing this right into the crease, because it is a tapered blending brush, is really adding some depth to the color. Also, you can totally see me jamming out while I'm doing this tutorial. Anytime you see me moving my mouth, I'm totally singing the new Mamma Mia soundtrack. I'm obsessed with all of those songs, so just letting you know I was really jamming during this filming. Now adding even more depth and darkness to the crease, I am going in with a crease brush, and I am using the shades the Virgo and Capricorn, and only going straight into the crease with these, just to add even more depth, so that there is a huge difference between the crease and the cut crease later on. Now I'm going back in with that tapered blending brush, and I'm using Sagittarius just to slightly buff out the Capricorn and the Virgo that I just placed on there, and just to make sure that it's nice and blended with the purple shade as well, or plum shade really. And then we are cutting the crease and going straight into laying color on top of the cut crease. So I'm starting off by placing a little bit of a primer. I'm actually using the NYX Glitter Glue primer right on top of the first third of my eyelid, and then placing the shade the Aries right onto the first third of my eye. And honestly, you can just use any type of primer or a little bit more of concealer, glitter glue, whatever you'd like to do, but I just found that it really helped for the pigment to stick and make a really nice pop of color as well. That way you can get the most out of the eyeshadow that you're using. And then after cleansing off the same exact brush, I am going in with the shade Cancer. And I'm using this as the transition shade between the two pops of color. So layering it slightly on top of the orange and then also patting it onto the second third of this cut crease. And really just patting on that pigmentation. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade. I absolutely love it. And then for the last third of the eye, I'm going into this gorgeous teal shade, and that is the Pisces. Now, I would recommend to make sure that you do your eye look first before you do your foundation, just because there is a little bit of fallout with some of these shades, especially the Pisces ones, but it is so worth it. I love the shade. Also, don't worry about being kind of messy as far as the bottom of the cut crease and out towards the outer edge, because you're going to clean that up once you do your eyeliner and your foundation. And I didn't want to lose any of that depth as far as at the top of the cut crease. So just to define that area a little bit more, I'm going in with a small little buffing brush and using the shade Sagittarius. I just basically followed the line of the cut crease right over top and then buffed it out as well. Then I placed some eyeliner on, and you can see I cleaned up underneath the eyes. And just to finish the eye look, I'm going in with these two shades from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And I am placing a highlight on top of my brow bone and then also on the inner corner, and I'm just tapping into those same two shades for both of these pieces of my look. If you've never tried these two shades from the Jaclyn Hill palette either, they are amazing. I absolutely love them. So beautiful and honestly like fluorescent on your skin. Absolutely love them. Okay, so this has pretty much finished my eyes. Of course, I didn't show the eyeliner on camera, and then I put on some falsies, put some mascara on. So basically, we've got a cut crease with lots of colors, and then I just did, not with the Zodiac palette, I did the brow highlight and then the inner corner highlight with some shades from the Jaclyn Hill palette, which hopefully you could see that that's what I was holding up, but I just used those for the inner highlight just because I don't feel like the Zodiac palette has like a bright enough color for a highlight for my skin tone. You could use the like pink shade Cancer, but I had used that on the lid. That's like that transition shade, and it's just a little bit too dark for my skin tone. But if you did have a little bit deeper of a skin tone, you honestly could probably use that, or even like if you're really deep skin tone for like a really beautiful golden highlight, you could use Gemini or Leo as well, which has more of like that orange undertone. But just for my purposes, I needed something a little bit lighter. Now I think, based on whatever I'm feeling, I might do like some type of glitter going on the cut crease, or like some type of like vibrant bright color, something to define the crease a little bit more, or even just like the arch of the crease or the beginning. Something else, as crazy as it already is, I feel like I need like even more of like a pop. So we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and do all of my face off camera, and I will come back to finish the lower lash line, and then if I do add any glitter as well. So I will see you in. All right, finishing the eyes, I'm going into the gorgeous blue shade Aquarius, and using that same small buffing brush on the lower lash line, I am placing that color right against the waterline or lower lash line, and I'm going all the way across with this color. And then to add a little bit of depth, I am using the buffing brush once more and going into Capricorn, just tapping off that glitter and using it on the bottom little third of the outer eye. And then I'm going to add some of this Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon, and this is in the color Deja Blue, and I'm just using this on the waterline to add even more of a pop of blue on the bottom. As you can tell, I absolutely love colors, so I'm not afraid to use them. And then I'm just adding some mascara on the lower lash line, and this is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara, which is one of my favorites. If you haven't used it, you need to go buy it right now. Alright, and adding that little extra pop of glitter, because you can never have enough, I am going in with this Too Faced Peel Off Liner, and I'm filling in the top of my cut crease about 2/3 of the way, but not all the way to the point, because, I don't know, I'm weird like that. Alright, and this is the finished look. I am obsessed with this palette. I know I've raved about it so many times, but I love this look as well. Alright guys, so that is the look. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel as well. And if you enjoyed this look or have any suggestions for what you would like to see next, please let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.